Hello, Transformer fans and toy collectors. This is Zagatron with another figure review. And today I'll be reviewing the Transformers Studio Series Dino. No, not Dino, Dino. And Dino here finally gets the Studio Series treatment. This guy is really supposed to be Mirage, but I'll get into how he got his name later on in the review. So let's take a closer look at the packaging first. So right up front, we have an image there of Dino. He is an Autobot. He is from Transformers Dark of the Moon. Right outside of the box, we have the Transformers Generations logo on the side. There is Dino in packaging. On one side of the box, we've got another image of Dino there. He is Studio Series 71. He is a Deluxe class. At the other side of the box, we've got an image there of Dino. We've got the Autobot symbol there. Let's go to the top of the box. We've got the Transformers Dark of the Moon logo. Let's go to the back of the box. We have images of Dino in robot and vehicle mode. And this is from the part of the movie titled High Speed Chase. And for a quick bio on Dino, it says, as the Dreads pursue the Autobots in an attempt to take Sentinel Prime, Autobot Dino latches his blades onto Hatchet and steers him into oncoming traffic. Very cool. He does transform in 27 steps. And there is a backdrop included like all Studio Series figures. So there is Dino in packaging. So let's get him out of packaging. And here is Dino, aka Mirage, out of packaging. And I have him here in his lovely backdrop that comes with these Studio Series figures. And this is the scene in which he's being chased by the Dreads in the movie. So yeah, he looks fantastic. This figure looks great. And Dino here, which is, he's supposed to be Mirage, got his name, Ferrari requested the producers to name him Dino after the son of the founder of Enzo Ferrari. So the son's name is Alfredo, they call him Dino, and hence the name Dino that he gets in the movie. But this character is really Mirage. And for this release, we did not get a Ferrari vehicle, so I'm going to call him Mirage for the rest of the release. He's supposed to be a Ferrari 458, but I believe Mattel owns the toy rights to all Ferraris, so they weren't able to make him a Ferrari. So he is a generic sports car, even though he looks great in both modes, and we'll get to that later. As far as accessories, he comes with his blades, which are just black plastic, and they attach on his forearms. He's got some holes there for the blades, and you face him toward the back, and that looks fantastic. As far as articulation for this guy, his head is on a ball joint. This is a very stiff ball joint on mine, but it does move. Movement is a bit restricted because of these pieces here, but yeah, you do get some head movement there. You have some shoulder rotation, which moves along very nicely. We do have an elbow joint. We do have some wrist rotation. Unfortunately, we do not have any waist articulation, but he does have the high kicks, and we have a knee bend, and we have an ankle swivel. These the ankles don't tilt, so you just basically have the up or down movement. And yeah, this is a very, very good looking figure. I love the glossy red paint on him. Let's try to get a little closer there on his face. He's got the blue eyes. I love the gunmetal gray features on him. A lot of nice detail on this figure. I wasn't expected to be so impressed with him, and I really dig this guy. So there we have Dino. Let's put him in his backdrop for a bit, and he looks fantastic. I really dig this guy. So that's it for the figure. Let's get down to transformation. All right, for transform Dino, let's get this backdrop out of the way first. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove his weapons. All right, then we're going to go back to these doors, and then we're going to flip these panels. We're going to flip them down. Make sure they snap in place. So you have that. Then we're going to come to the front of the figure here, and then we're going to pull his chest forward, which this tabs in. Right there in the middle, there is a tab, and there's another tab right there in the back of his head, and that just snaps in nicely there in place. So then we're just going to flip his head in. His head is just going to stay right there for now. So we're going to come around the back, and so we're going to untab all of this. This is his back part of the car. We're going to untab, and then we're just going to, this is on an accordion hinge, so we're just going to open it all up like that. And so now we have him all flappy like that. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to flip this piece. This is going to fold upwards like that. This transformation is a bit familiar to Studio Series Hot Rod. So then we're just going to get this, and we're going to rotate it like that. And so then this piece here, we're just going to fold it so that we're going to get the top portion of the car like that. So then these arms, we're going to rotate them. Let me get these doors out of the way. So then these are going to go like that. We're going to fold them down. As you can see, these pieces of the front of the car. And so the arms are just gonna fold up like that. We're gonna rotate these. I forgot one thing. These arms, we're gonna rotate them outwards, making sure that that pin, there's a pin right there that faces out on both sides. Make sure the pin faces out, and so we're just gonna fold everything in. Because these arms are supposed to, there's these little tabs right there. There's a tab right there that's going to tab into that section right there. So these forearms are going to tab in right there. So then we're just gonna go like that, go over the door. I'll get these doors out of the way first. These doors are right now in my way. There we go. So we're forming the front of the car like that. So make sure everything tabs in nicely, everything goes in front like that. So then we're going to fold the arms inwards like that. Like that, and make sure that those tabs hit their mark in the middle. We're just gonna push them in. I'm gonna rotate the vehicle here. Make sure these arms are tabbed in correctly. There we go. Got one side all tabbed in. All right. Okay, both sides. So the arms are kind of looking like that. So then we're going to get his hands and we're going to rotate them both sides outwards so that they face each other and they have these little tabs on the hands, and then so they kind of look like that. So that's the type of look we're going to get. So then we're gonna move this, we're gonna separate just a bit like that for now, and then we're going to store our weapons. So there's these two ports right underneath where his fists are, and then we're just gonna plug his weapons in right there. His hands are a bit in the way, but okay, once his weapons are in place, next thing we're going to do, we're going to get this whole middle section here. We're gonna flip it in. We're gonna make sure that falls just like that, that collapses in. These his pieces are being used for support. So then make sure everything stays like that. And then we're going to work on his legs. So then these pieces that are out here, we're going to hold them and we're going to pull them out and make sure they pop out. This one's already, but so I'm just going to do it again. Just make sure we're going to pull them out, make sure they stay there. And then we're going to get his leg and we're going to just rotate it inwards like that. We're going to do it on this one too, so that we have that look on the legs. And then we're just going to flip the feet up. And then what we do is we're just going to rotate everything like that. Get this door out of the way, and everything will fall into place neatly like that. And then we're going to close the doors on both sides. So you can see we're getting a nice looking sports car here. And then we're just gonna tab everything in. Everything tabs in rather nicely. Make sure that, okay, there we go. So everything is tabbed in. So then we're going to come around the back of the car, and then this piece here, we're just gonna rotate it like that, and then it's just gonna fold down. And then this back piece is just gonna tab in on the back bumper. It gets a little tedious to tab in, but it'll tab in. There we go. Just a second. I'm back. And here he is almost tabbed in. One last finishing touch is there is a port on the side of the door, and there's a little tab that goes on the side of his foot, and it's just supposed to go into that port. And there it is. So now that port is on the side. It's on both sides. And here we have Mirage in his vehicle mode, and it is a very nice looking vehicle mode. It's not quite a Ferrari 458, but it's some generic looking sports car, and hey, I would buy the sports car. I think this is a cross between, it's got some Audi components. I think the front looks kind of like an Audi. Also, you got some Lotus in here, I believe. Very, very nice. It kind of also, in some angles, I think it looks like the Acura NSX as well. They did a great job, considering they couldn't get the actual rights to the Ferrari. Even in some angles, it kind of looks like the Corvette as well. Very, very nice. My only gripe with this guy is his toes. They stick out of the side of the car right there. So I'm sure that's easily correctable. Somebody will come up with an upgrade kit where you'll replace the feet and the toe could fold in. That's not a big issue with this. It still looks great, and it rolls. Can get it to. And it rolls rather freely. That doesn't impede anything at all. Very, very nice looking sports car. I really dig it. I really like both forms of this guy. I like his robot mode as well as his vehicle mode. I believe they've done a great job. And so for my final thoughts on this figure, I'm going to change my rating scale on this. So I'm going to give this guy a 9 out of 10. He's barely missing that perfect score. I really, really like this guy. I wasn't expecting to like him as much. The only issue that I had with him was the fact that we didn't get a Ferrari 456. That would have been nice. And the fact that the toes stick out on the vehicle mode, but that's not a big deal either. Like I said, that could be easily fixed with an upgrade kit. And that's it. There's nothing else for me to say. I really, really like this guy, and I highly recommend him. He is available at Target and wherever toys are sold. So this is it for me for this review. Please sure to give me a like. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to comment down below. And this is it. And this was the Transformers Studio Series 71 Dino, aka Mirage, video review. And thank you for watching.